So I just want to have a conversation, and I just want to um, just bring out some things and challenge your mind a little bit. And because from my knowledge, I have not heard anyone speak of these things yet on YouTube, as far as I know. And these are some pretty questionable things. And I want to have a conversation. Let's have the conversation. Let's put it down in the chat, in the comments, and let's talk about this. Give me your thoughts. But first, I want to get into one thing, right? So, what are your thoughts upon, how people were back in the days of old, right? And they was in the Word of God. So, if these people were living, right, and although the Bible, right, was stating upon these certain people that was in the Bible, how come these people didn't recognize who they were or what role they played, right? Or even if, right, the Bible wasn't written first, then what book that they were reading from? What they were using to identify to who is God, who is the Son of Man that is coming, and so forth, right? But if the Bible was already right, existed, right, and these people were already in the Word of God, right, then how is it, watch this, that they did not understand who they were by the parts that they played, which was in there? For an example, John the Baptist, right? So he baptized, and Jesus was to come, that next, and so forth, right? So how come they didn't realize who John was, or even John didn't realize what part he played in the Bible, So that's just something to kind of rev your thinking and to give me your feedback. And if I get so much feedback on it, then I will answer it in another video later down the line to pretty much give you the answers upon these questions and so forth. And here's another big one, right? So remember how Jesus, right, when he died and rose again, right? But I want to read this, right? And when I'm in John, and we're going to go to 20, and it's going to go to 17. Follow me, right? And it says, "Do not hold on to me, for I have not yet returned to the Father." Get it? I have not yet returned to the Father. "Go instead to my brothers and tell them I'm returning to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Right? But see, you notice he haven't returned yet. This is why he kept appearing, and he kept telling them, hey, I have not yet. He numerously said, I have not yet returned yet. I have not yet went to heaven. I have not yet saw my Father. Right? So, and he was eating with these people, and he was with his disciples, and he was still around, So when Jesus died, where did he go? Challenge your thinking. Where did he, if he didn't ascend to heaven, as they say he ascended to heaven, right? I'm just trying to get into a conversation to see where your mind's at. Like, what have you been taught? What type of biblical knowledge that you have, and so forth, right? So if he ascended to heaven, right, but then he said, I have not returned to my Father's house, don't that sound a little contradictive? I'm just saying, because I'm not challenging with the Word of God. I'm just challenging your minds, right? So I just want to get your feedback on that and so forth, and just kind of see where you at with these things that I have brought up into your coercitions of thinking and so forth, right? Because a lot of people have these certain type of questions that in the Bible. And what do you think when people say the Bible is contradictory? Because the Bible might, the word, the scripture might say something here, then it says something here totally different, in a conflict with what it said here and said there, and it's just like you can do, you can't do, and so I just want your feedback upon what I'm speaking on, and that's all this video is referencing of. So again, let me know what your thoughts is in the comments, and let's talk about these things, and let's dive deep into it. I love you guys, and I just encourage you all to just stay within this word and let Rabbi, which is Jesus, teach you. Let the Word of God teach you. Don't always depend on me or the next person, the next person, the next person. Pick this up for yourself and read it. And then when you read it, and then when somebody is teaching to you or preaching to you, you can identify what it's saying. And if it lines up to what you read, what the Lord told you, then you go with that. But sometimes you have to dive into this for yourself before you seek other counsel or other people's interpretations of what they're thinking, what it is, and so forth. So just be really careful and dive into this. I know some of your attention spans may be a little drawn off, or you're used to having somebody speaking and you're listening, but sometimes you just have to meditate and read this here. And I know sometimes a lot of us don't like to read anymore. We don't have newspapers like we used to. People don't even like books. Everything is online, but we have to get away from this technology stuff for a minute and go back to, let's just say, right, if, we have the great earthquake and everything is boom, 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 everything shut down, whatever, right? How you can't even read maps no more. You don't even know what's east, west. Unless you have all these, you aren't gonna have these gadgets. It's gonna be a time when you have to resort back to the things before technology has played a role in, right? But anyway, this video is getting too long. I just wanted to ask questions so we can have a conversation and just kind of, we learn together, we understand together, we grow together. That's what it's about. We are ants. I don't want to be a lion. It's like people are lion. It's all about lions. Remember, there's some elks that defeated lions. The lions get defeated all the time. Goliath was a giant. David was an ant, metaphorically speaking, right? I want to be an ant because they work together. They smart. They patient. And they move in unison. So I'd rather be an ant. Let's be an ant together and strategize and be patient together and gather up wisdom together. And that's what this is about. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Remember, you always come before me. And remember, I'm a generous giver. I'd rather be that than to receive for what I feel that from your donation, from your donations and all this. It's not about all that crap. It's about the word of God. Prosperity is the word of God. Being blessed is breath of life. Faith is believing in God, although you may not know that he's up there. All these stories that you hear in the Bible, is it real fairy tales and so forth? But that's what all these things mean. It's not all that other crap that they're teaching you, right? And you don't have to be so smart and go to college and have all these degrees. The Bible can teach you as well and make you extraordinary from ordinary. Just remember that, because you matter just as well as the next person with over 100,000 subscribers or 52,000 subscribers or 100,000 or a million. You're just as important as they are. God bless you.